Today in the lab, we're talking about how to get your show out there. As we're writing the podcast movement, many of you may want to start a podcast and or have started one already. As you may know, the hardest part isn't making the show, it's promoting it. So let's talk about what it takes to get it out there. More on that in 3, 2, 1.
Plato said, "Know thyself." It's not always easy, but it is necessary. This is Get in the Lab.
Welcome back to the lab. My name is Megan, and I'm here with my co-host, dropoutjo.
Hello.
I'm here to run small little experiments to gain big life goals, and then I tell you about it. So thanks so much for being here. As you can tell, we have a little bit of a different setup today. That and that. I asked Jenna, my sister, to come on and co-host with me because I was getting bored as hell just doing it by myself. I was feeling kind of lonely.
By myself.
Yeah, and now that you're officially a podcaster, you got the gear and everything.
After one day on Amazon Prime, I was like,
see,
yes.
Amazon Prime is good for one thing. Yeah, so now you're a podcaster, and we're actually filming this in advance, so I don't have to film a show and be stressed out while we're at the event. And you're going to go with me to Podcast Movement, which is the biggest podcaster event in the world. Yeah, and so yeah, now you're a podcaster. You're going to start your own show called
dropoutjo.
dropoutjo, yeah. And what's the reasoning behind this dropoutjo name?
So the reason behind dropoutjo, it was actually your idea. But dropoutjo is literally taking the name and the connotation of being a dropout, which I am, homies. And everybody's saying like, oh, you're a dropout, and putting such a negative connotation on it. And I want to take that and say, hey, you know what? I'm dropping out because this is what I really want to do. Joe being a play on both a cup of Joe as well as my middle name.
Why Cup of Joe?
Cup of Joe because I want to own my own cafe. So, going on Dropout Joe, we're going to do interviews. We're going to do the journey. And you can join me on that.
You're going to do the journey. Okay.
The journey as
cool,
well.
cool. So, yeah, I think it would be really cool to focus on marketing and getting your show out there. Because I think the first, you got your website up on Weebly. And then I think the first post was just an automatic red flag that I didn't tell you about. The 80%, right? So have you heard of the 80-20 rule?
No.
Okay.
Besides kissing.
I haven't heard of that.
Really?
No.
It's like somebody goes in 80% and the last person goes 20%.
Like in Hitch?
Yeah, there you go. That's where it was from.
No,
He's
I think
like,
that's 90-10. I think that's 90-10.
He's like, you told me.
All right, so 80-20 in the podcasting world means that it's actually 20% of you. Sorry. It's a bit hot in here.
It's like 100 degrees.
It's like you put 20% into actually making the show, like what we're doing right now, right? Like this is fun, this is easy.
Yeah,
I'll do this all day. But the 80% of the work is actually promoting it.
Okay.
And actually, like last week's episode, I talked about self-promoting and how there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it, right? And there's actually like I have a big problem with it because I feel like I'm being too like, look at me, look at what I'm doing, look at me again, but I think that's kind of like what I need to get over. What I need to get over mentally, because it takes, I think, a certain personality to just be okay with just promoting all the time. Do you want a towel? So it's actually the most of the work that it takes to actually get your shit out there is the marketing, is the promoting, is the, all this stuff. And then, so we're going to talk about 10 ways in which to help you, because you're a new podcaster, right? And to help other new podcasters out there who are maybe going to Podcast Movement, or they're hearing about podcasting, like,
or they're thinking about
what is that? Yeah, they're thinking about it, and I just want to lay out, like, I'm not the pro at marketing. I just said, like, I'm terrible at it, but it's a reminder for me to put these kind of ideas and ways to market your stuff here on the show, so that to remind me, and then to kind of give you a little one-on-one.
Help y'all out too.
Yeah, a little one-on-one on the marketing. Okay.
Yep.
So we'll start off with
Number one.
number one. Yeah. So number one. Here I have it written down.
Written.
So podcasts are usually long format, right? Like this is probably going to be 30 minutes or so, maybe. What I used to do, but I'm terrible at doing because I'm lazy and a bunch of other stupid excuses, is to break it up. So I'll shoot a freaking 30-minute video, and who really is going to sit through all of that? Maybe one or two true fans or something like that, considering my small audience. But what you can do is break it up. So like you've already edited 30 minutes, right? Or however long it is. Like cut out little short segments of it, slap on an intro branding on it. It says dropoutjo real quickly. It's like, psh, and then it goes into
I like that. They have that side effect. I'll be like, oh.
And then you just show like maybe the first, I don't know, maybe you're talking about what? Starting your own cafe.
Yes.
Coffee shop. So whatever it is that you talk about in that episode, you can break it up into segments and market that. Yeah.
It's kind of like almost like a little preview.
Yeah.
Little teaser trailer.
Little teaser, and then you go view more, right? So it's another way for you to break up this big piece of content into little pieces of content and promote it throughout the week. So it's like, not the same thing over and over again.
Okay, and then it's like easier process.
Right.
And it's like
I should totally do this. I just don't do it, and so I'm saying it here on the show to
like you gon' do it
to be accountable to myself, because it's like when you're a one-man crew. It's like, who's going to keep you accountable?
Yeah.
And then there's just so many distractions. Like, my latest distraction is Grey's Anatomy, and I'll just...
Really?
And then not do anything. I'll do stuff.
But it's like, it's there. It's lingering.
It's lingering.
It's forever lingering. You're like, so who's dying next?
Yes. Who's sleeping with who next?
Who opened the door and they decided to be like, oh, hello, next.
Next thing, if you're doing a video podcast, I don't know, you're just doing audio, what are you doing?
I really want to actually do video, but then instead what we're going to try and do is go ahead and start off with audio, and then every newsletter, though, I want to attach a video.
A video of what?
Whatever's going down. Also,
it's like your little vlog.
It's essentially like a vlog, but at the same time, rather than typing to them what's going on, I'd rather talk to them. So that's going to be the difference between.
I did that.
Yes.
I think, and then I
for a little bit
didn't do it anymore.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's just like, because on top of that, since I actually have a camera now, thank you for that. But because we have the camera, I'm like, well, this is gonna also serve as practice. Oh, by the way, hashtag BTC Beta coming up.
Yeah, Veda coming up. Yeah, go ahead and tell them what Veda's about.
So, hashtag B2C Veda, beginner to creator. It's vlog every day in April and August. And it was you and Natalie
and Ashley.
That's the one.
Yeah, they started it. And then they said, here, take it. I was like, okay.
Let me check this out you real quick.
I'm like, okay.
But essentially what they do is, what you guys can do is go on to, I think it's getinlab.me/
just look up B2C Veda.
Yeah, on the search
just
bar.
Google it and it'll pop up.
And then sign up, and it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. Honestly, we had some parts where I had to even group up some videos, but they provide questions for you every day of the month. You record yourself real quick, like, put it up on YouTube, and then slowly but surely you develop yourself on this camera.
So how did you like it? It
was a lot of fun, actually. I finally got to step into editing video, and then I started getting crazy with like special effects and shit.
You like that?
that?
Yeah, you like the editing.
I really do.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at the same time, you're like, why is this not working? But then after the end of it all, you're like, as you're slowly entertained by what you just made.
You're like, ooh. You spent like 10 minutes on this short
5
little
second span.
Not even sometimes 5 seconds. It's like a second.
Yeah. But then, and like, overall though, it's a really good experience. It's almost like, it's like you love and you hate it at the same time, because you're like, crap, this is every day. So it's like, freaking commit to it. Or like when you go to a hotel and they don't have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Try to upload it. But it's a lot of fun. It's a great experience. And also on top of that, it starts like, it's the best way to slowly but surely like get yourself into like getting on the camera, editing like video and crap, and seeing like what it's like. Even though there's nobody around, you have this thing staring at you.
Right. Yeah. It's a different feel. It's and it's starting soon, and we're gonna shoot our first beta in August in Texas. It's gonna be good times.
Mom!
Good times. All right, let's move on to the list.
Tis.
Number 2. All right, number 2. Invest in the thumbnail.
Thumbnail.
So what do you think I mean when I say invest in the thumbnail?
When you create your thumbnail, make sure people can read the damn thing.
That's good. Yeah.
And that it's like attention grabbing. Like it's not just like.
Because I already mentioned
it to you. Yeah, like if you just upload it on YouTube, sometimes they'll go and put the thumbnail screenshot for some reason where you're like, or you're like, yeah. And I'm like, of all the pictures to choose from. But that's what I believe invest in thumbnail is.
Yeah. You're right.
What else are you going on?
You're right. So like, you've already taken maybe, an hour to edit your show, and you've made it like sound really cool, and you did like special effects, whatever, like you do. But then you only take like, 2 minutes or whatever to, invest time in the title or in the thumbnail, because you can put titles on your thumbnail. And that really kind of works against you. And that's something I gotta remember too. It's like, what title is attention grabbing, right? Because you're in the feed. You're just, and that is really difficult. And I think writing copy, right? You understand copy?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. I don't mean to. I just want to make sure you get what I was talking about.
No, it's cool. It's cool. We're beginners, man.
Yeah. When you're writing like title copy, that there's an art form to it, and I haven't cracked the code yet, but I am always kind of cognizant of it. Like, how can I write this in a way that people will be like, "Ooh, let me check that shit out," right? And so I'm still trying to figure it out. But there's tons of literature and stuff on it, and I'll share it in the show notes. I think copywriter or copy blogger is kind of my go-to place. Copyblogger.com on how to I'll put it right here. How to write copy, right? So invest the same amount of effort and not time, but the same amount of effort and care into your thumbnail, into that first impression that people see.
Yeah, because you're not gonna take an hour on it, but
yeah. Number 3, we just talked about it. Vlog about it. Vlog about what you just put out. So another thing that I'm talking about during my podcast movement talk, 3 ways to add video to your podcast. Anyway, it's already going on, so whatever. It's not like I'm like selling it now.
What, that you're talking?
Yeah, because it's kind of dumb to be promoting it now, because this is going to go out after the fact that podcast.
You can still promote it.
Podcast movement is already done. But anyway, what I was talking about is that you could vlog really, really quickly about what you're going to talk about in that episode. So instead of putting a 30-minute episode on Facebook, you go, "Hey guys, check out what's on today's episode. We're talking about marketing for newbies. Blah, 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 blah. In other news, I just got a sweet new mug. That's a 70 to 200 lens." And then you can kind of check out like that. It's like super raw connection with your fans who are on Facebook who already like your Facebook fan page. Yeah. Have you made a Facebook fan page?
Actually, okay, this is the weird part. I haven't made a Facebook fan page, but okay, so you know how you look and you'll post something like, "Oh, I did a new blog post." And then you see like how many likes you get. But then when you go and you look at the stats, actually, there was like the most amount of views that day. I was like, oh, but like the amount of likes on the actual post was very small. So I was like, oh, that's very strange.
Oh, well, so, people will actually, like, as they're scrolling their feed, they'll like hover over your thing or whatever. If it was a video and they watch, like, I think a certain amount of it, that will count as a view.
Oh.
But when they like it, it's actually them taking the energy to go like. And for sometimes it's just too much for people. And I get it, because like sometimes I'll just run through the feed and like all of my friends' stuff. Yeah, there's so much stuff. but to show your support or whatever, I'll just like things. I won't even stop to like view.
It's the truth.
Read.
You know, you've done it too.
You guys do it too, and I just like things. But sometimes I like I
really
will
delve in, and then you keep like going through the windows.
Yeah.
Windows after windows.
So that's what that is.
Yes. Well said. If you guys know what that's from,
don't get discouraged if the likes are small or whatever.
Okay.
I mean,
I thought that was the particle. I was like, oh,
a little validation. Yeah,
yes, just a tad. Just a tad.
All right, number 4, natively post. So, for example, when I post to YouTube, I don't share directly to Tumblr, even though that's an option, because like nobody watches a 30-minute video on Tumblr. No. So what they would see is like maybe you getting crazy and there's a meme and there's like a little infographic. They would see that, right? Like you post native content for that platform. So for Facebook, it would be video and maybe a little blurb, and even like long form Facebook blogging, like microblogging is now coming up. I'm seeing now, and even long form Instagram, blogging is coming up,
which is a bit strange.
It is a bit strange
because like you're scrolling and then all of a sudden you're like, this is taking quite some time.
Oh look, we gotta take a break.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's take a break. See, I love this camera.
It's like, you're running out of time, homie.
It's so cool. Okay. Clap. Cool.
Caden's like, what?
He's all trying to sleep. Okay. As far as marketing your stuff, your show, you just have to be cognizant of what platform you're marketing on. Like for Instagram, I think it's always going to be this, kind of more raw. You can get artistic with it. But I think time will kind of just tell, and you have to pay attention to what's going on. Like we're seeing like long form vlogging or blogging in Instagram, like that's weird and different.
Yeah.
And but that's just the wave that's kind of just coming, and you have to pay attention to it.
And possibly jump on it.
Yeah, and most likely jump on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Surf the wave.
5, recycle old posts. This is something that what's his name? Derek Halpern has always talked about. He's always like, I don't create content all the freaking time. 1, because that's exhausting. 2, is because I, 80-20 rule. Most of the time I need to spend is promoting my stuff, marketing my stuff, and not creating the content. So if it's a good piece of content, I'll just keep marketing it. So that's something that I need to remember. That way I don't like stress out trying to create content all the time, even though I feel like...
But you love creating content.
I love it.
I think it's like, it's not the fact that you stress out about creating content. You just put like a lot of content out there. Like a lot.
I just like to do it. Yeah. But
like
sometimes...
one moment I'll go and look and I'm like, whoa, 5 episodes. I didn't even like...
So you can recycle old posts. And this is something... that I'll need to do just because I have other things that I'm doing, and it's too much. Like you get overloaded and burnt out like I did.
Yeah.
Right. So to avoid burnout, like don't do that to yourself. Yeah, recycle old posts, maybe share a segment of an old episode that you didn't share before, or maybe you just revisit again the most popular segment of that show. Tell that fool to wake up. He's too freaking distracting with his snoring.
Jaden. I was like...
Stop snoring.
But I love you.
Love you. Some of you may be asking, maybe you're asking too, like, where do I find the time to do all this? This is something I ask myself. No. To do like all these different kinds of ways of marketing, right? Okay. Like, so as I'm telling you all of this crap, what kind of stands out to you?
Out of like the 5, 6 that we've gone through, 5.
5.
It would actually be the recycling part.
Yeah, that's the easiest one.
It's like, well, I don't know, like the recycling one is actually the one that stands out the most to me, because I remember, for example, if you're watching like YouTube videos and you're a fan of like certain YouTube people, but they almost create the same video of something that they did a long time ago, but they're revamping it to like a modern bit. Is that what you're talking about, recycling?
Oh no, but that's a really great input into the list, because like what I mean by recycle is like you simply just share or put back into the feed this old episode, and you're just like, hey, check this out again in case you missed it, whatever. I see this all the time. But yeah, I see that. I noticed that too for YouTubers, because YouTubers I feel it's a little different. You can't just reshare a video. It's it's public. It's out there.
It's been seen.
You can't just be like private and then public. You can't do that.
We're gonna be like,
yeah. And YouTube is like a daily thing. Like the way I consume YouTube content is daily. Like I'm always looking for daily videos from my subscripms,
but they're always, and they're there. Always like new content and everything. So that's what I was thinking, like, oh, is she talking about recycle? Because from what I've noticed, sometimes like, you go down, you're actually looking for a new video, but you like spy some comments, some haters. But you go back and it's like, some people will be like, oh, like I like the new revamped version of this, or they'll be like, you already did this crap.
Those are the hardcore videos.
Yeah, I'm not just like, dang. Oh man. So that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, okay, so is it better to do that, or like,
when I see that, because I mean, I don't know, a lot of big YouTubers, they put out daily content, and I have to like stick up for them because I already have experienced what that's like. It is really hard. Sometimes I feel like that with the podcast. Like when I was telling you, I was like, dude, I'm like fresh out of ideas. I don't even know what to create.
Yeah.
But there is always content to create. You just have to kind of pay attention and listen and crap like that.
Delve a little bit deeper.
But I appreciate a revamp from like a YouTuber if it truly is a revamp. If it's truly like you said this already and you didn't bring anything new to the table, then I would probably be like, not annoyed, or I would be like, something else.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate on them and be like, you created this already. I never dislike a video. Like if I don't like it, I just watch something else.
Yeah, like when you see thumbs down, I'm like, man,
who thumbs down this, right? It's like you took
really
the time to be like, I hate this.
And comment on it, and comment I hate this.
Yeah.
I thumbs down this video, by the way.
Right. Oh, by the way, thumbs down.
I was like,
jeez.
Oh.
Even the most obnoxious videos, I never thumbs down. I just watch something else.
You just take a look at it and then you make a face and you're like...
Yeah, so probably the easiest thing to take on if you didn't have time to absorb all of these things is to do the recycle thing. Just be like, hey, check this out again in case you missed it, or share a different part of it. Like, how long do you think your show's gonna be?
Honestly, right now, probably 15 minutes.
All sad about it.
Let's be real about it first. I'm gonna be 15 minutes, but then at the same time, I'm saying 15 minutes because it's probably gonna be 15 minutes of solid content versus 15 minutes, and I can really just go on talking.
What?
15 minutes of actually solid talking about what I'm wanting to talk about. And then, I can't talk for a long time. That was what I'm saying.
Oh, then talk for a long time.
I don't want to deviate very far.
Well, I think as long as you... Well, you know what? You're going to find out what your groove is. But don't feel limited. Just give it. Just give it all. And then allow yourself to just do your thing.
Just swim with it.
Just be with it, Because you won't find out if you limit yourself. I found.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Especially it's really cool that you're doing it by yourself first, because then you can kind of get comfortable with how you react to the mic and what kind of performance you're going to bring consistently, you know. So, just allow yourself to just be you and figure it out on your own. Anyway, number 6. Bring light to others and show their example. You're going to do...
Bring light to others and show their example.
Yeah. So you're going to interview people eventually, right? So that's a great way to give that person a platform, publicity or whatever, show them off. That's what an interview show is, and that's why it's so popular, because it's easier to reach more people.
Somebody.
Yeah, because that person most likely will share that episode with their audience or with their peeps, and that's how you can gain such massive traction and growth within a show that's an interview based. That's why it's so popular. But I mean, since you're going to do that, it's going to be a great way to market. And then I would say, I know that you're not going to be this way, but for some people, or maybe some people listening out there, we still get requests and people going you have to share my episode before you come on my show. And there's this whole other world. I was it's in a contract, it's an agreement, an interview agreement and stuff like that. So that happens sometimes that I've seen. But I would recommend don't do that.
Personally, that's a bit, it's almost cutthroat.
It makes you less human, I think,
Indeed.
and
less likable.
Yeah. I mean, but you'll find out who's a genuine human and who's just trying to get numbers and stats and stuff. You'll find out when we go to Podcast Movement who those people are. They always seem to just be more realized in person versus online and stuff.
Yeah.
And
then you're
yeah, it's just something to be aware of and not to be naive about, and you'll find out. not to put a damper on people.
No, just curious.
Yeah, just because I was surprised.
With people.
Yeah, which is I think I'm always.
You're
naive.
I'm always naive.
I am always naive.
In the ways.
So I'm just saying. Okay, so number 7, guest posting. So this one's probably a more advanced technique.
Yes.
But
because I remember I actually asked you what is guest posting, because I watched a week ago.
Check that out right here. We had an episode on guest posting where I was outside, I believe.
Yes, and you're squirrel. It's hot. It's nice.
Yes. That was interesting. That was interesting. But guest posting, that's an awesome way to market your show, where you don't have, you just, you write this post for somebody else and then it forever works for you because it's on somebody else's blog. And it gives juice back to your site and all this stuff. That's something I'm currently trying to do, and it's hard because you have to really take the time to create something for somebody else.
Yeah. Right.
And then it's kind of a toss-up.
Yeah.
Is it going to be accepted or not? Right. So, but if you're a good writer and you understand, the audience, which is just, you only get that through experience, then the rewards are really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen it work really nice for other people.
Hey, to you too.
But I may not have any guest posts, but I have very solid relationships with people who are always willing to share my stuff if I ask them, and I ask very, very rarely. But they will go ahead and share very willingly, and just they're always in my corner, because I honestly, I don't ask for anything and always just try to be helpful and of service. So that's something that
just
you're probably
that you'd like.
Yeah. I mean, just treat people the way that you would want to be treated. Golden rule. Kindergarten. That's OG gangsta kindergarten rule number 1.
It's golden rule.
Okay.
Treat how you want to be treated.
All right. I think 8. I said it was invest in the title, which we kind of already talked about. Invest in the thumbnail.
Yes. So works both ways.
But if you're like me and you're shit at creating catchy titles and title copy and stuff, I just focus on solid keywords. So I'll do keyword research about what that episode is about and make sure it has you guys can refer back to that Google research episode, which I kind of always talk about. But anyway, I would research a keyword that has low competition but a good amount of search. Right. I talked
For example,
to you about
Dropout.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
We did that together.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a business. But yeah, everybody's always they'll be typing in Dropout. But there's not really much up on it again.
So you would you would target that keyword.
Yes.
and you would put that in your keywords. You know how you would write a post or tag a video, but dropout. So is it dropout like drop out, or is it like one word dropout?
Both. And also even with a little dash in between.
Oh, cool. So you tag it up, all three of those?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm like, drop out. Just like that.
Cool. All right, number 9. Save all your files of your show, like your audio files, your video files. Save all that shit on an external hard drive so that you can maybe put that together later on in like a highlight reel or a sales video or something like that. I stopped doing that for some reason. Yeah. Well, now I'm doing it because I remember I have a 3 terabyte drive and I'm not even using it. Let me use that. So now I'm gonna archive all of my videos. Yeah. That way, at some point, I can be like, look at all this stuff. Look at all this stuff. And maybe I can make something creative out of it and create like a highlight reel.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah. And
I
then
look forward to that.
It's cool for yourself as well. Like, you'll be like,
and you can see, you're
look
like,
where I started. And now look where I am. Look how I was. Yeah.
When I was like,
in the days of yore. Okay, so, save all your stuff so you can mash that together and create a cool mashup and highlight reel and all that crap. All right, number 10. Ding, 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 ding. If it isn't obvious already, like, this is kind of for podcasters. Podcasters that term is still generally accepted for people who do audio shows only. Obviously, we are a video podcast.
Slowly, yeah.
So use video as many ways as you can. There's Periscope, there's Meerkat, there's vlogging on YouTube, there's vlogging on Facebook video.
You could even Snapchat this.
Snapchat it, Twitter video response.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great way to say somebody asks you a question, right? And you respond in a video like I did one time. And then once it kind of takes you. I think it's harder for girls because not all the time am I like freaking video ready.
Yeah, I mean, I can't be like a dude and just be like,
hello. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
I'm like,
I think it's harder. I think it's harder for women,
especially when you go and you fuck up your hair and stuff.
Yeah. So, you take advantage of video as much as you can to promote your stuff, and the people who I think take video and they take it seriously and they incorporate it fully into their brand are usually kind of ahead of the curve, because it takes the attitude of like
a lot more,
because
it's not
the
just
extra
like
step.
It's extra step of making yourself not look like a hobo. It's putting yourself in front of the camera, seeing how your reactions are and how you really feel with like something staring at you.
Right.
Staring at that thing.
Yeah.
Where you're not looking at the screen on the side where you're like, hello.
Yeah, and I was just complaining like, video is so much more. But and it is so much more. It is hard.
It's also like so almost like rewarding.
It's so much better, I believe. There's a reason why it's more difficult. Is because the rewards are greater, I think.
Yeah.
In some ways. For me personally, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it just shows also a lot more what you yourself can present and bring to a table, how you are. Because even with like, that's why I really want to do video as well, rather than just a voice. Because I think I'm actually more comfortable with a video than my voice. Does that make sense?
I guess. Yeah. Well, I started with audio first.
Yeah. A lot of people. Well, I think majority of people will start with audio first, actually. So.
Yeah. Anyway, that was episode 9 here on Get in the Lab. If you have any other things to add to our list here on marketing, what's your favorite way of marketing? What did you like from this list? Leave it in the comments. Also, leave a like on this video if you did. Subscribe to become Lab Rat today. And we get a cut out real quick because we got the ticker going. Once again, my name is Megan.
And I'm Jenna.
Reminding you to get in the lab. We'll see ya. Peace. Okay, cool.
Oh, I got my teeth in. Is that cool?
Sure. Okay.
My teeth.
Okay. Okay. Want some coffee? Iced coffee?
I can't. It's gonna make my teeth real yellow. Oh. All it does is encase all that coffee and stain it like crazy.
Okay. All right.
Oh, it's so hot.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna start.